An economic embargo is when one country wants to control the wealth or movement of another country and make them submit to their rule. In order to gain control of that country or the interests that they have in that country, they use their power and influence with the League of Nations or other countries to go along with imposing an economic embargo on that country. An economic embargo is to cut off that country's ability to buy food, medication, clothes, and other goods and services, and not allow or limit that country's ability to sell or trade with other countries. An economic embargo can last for years, and in most cases last a lifetime on a country. This affects their economy, which affects the people of that country, which over a period of time leads to crime and a state of lawlessness within that country. Well, I'm here once again to tell you that an economic embargo has been imposed on our inner city, African American, and Hispanic communities in this country. And this economic embargo has not been imposed by coincidence, but it's by design. And its design is to keep a people down. As I look at the social and economic conditions of our community, I am greatly disturbed and more disturbed when I look at with our youth, and they're talking about handgun laws, lobbying Springfield and the legislative and the Congress for handgun laws to deal with the problems of our youth killing each other. Now, I've been involved, as I told you, with youth for 28 years as a coach. I have been engaged in positive activities, hands-on, not standing over the TV cameras talking about what we're going to do, what we need to do, but I have been hands-on with youth for 28 years. And it greatly disturbs me when I see these so-called leaders get on TV to talk about the social and economic conditions of our community and the plight and the direction of our youth with babies killing babies out there on the streets. Now, I'm coming to realize that those that are in leadership are bewildered for lack of an answer to our youth because they're not connected with our youth. And if you're not connected with something, you cannot find a solution for it, because in order to have a solution for the problem of our inner city communities with our youth, you have to be connected hands-on. You can't be a little bourgeois community leader, a little bourgeois preacher, a little bourgeois politician that don't connect with our youth, don't connect with the needs and the concerns of our community, and then you're going to try to come up with a solution. The only way to find a solution to the problem is to know what the problem is. And I'm coming to find out that we have many leaders. They know what the problem is, but they don't want to deal with the problem because the problem really is not of a concern to them. But we have to get on TV and we have to give these speeches and we have to pretend like we're concerned about the plight and the direction of our youth. You know, I just can't stomach it anymore when I turn on the TV and I look at leaders marching through the community. We go hold a rally and buy back guns, and we go march to stop the violence. When you get through marching, when you get through holding these press conferences downtown and in the African American community about the drug, the violence, and the killings, The fact of the matter is, this year, we're on a course to have over 30 murders of youth. We like to define them as Chicago public school students. We are on course to have over 30 murders before the summer gets started up of young people in this city. And when the mayor, the politicians, and the preacher get through holding press conferences talking about we're going to lobby new laws, handgun laws, reform laws, or whatever laws they want to lobby, the fact of the matter is you're on a record course of 30 plus murders before the summer start of our youth this year. If you look at the numbers, you had right around 30 murders last year and the year before, and so on and so forth. And you had these same clowns getting up there talking the same stuff, just a different day, different time. And they have not found the solution to the black-on-black crime within our communities. They have not found the solutions to youth killing youth. And they have not found a solution because they're not concerned about finding a solution. That's why they haven't found a solution. But I want those of you that's watching this show right now, I want you to call up everybody that you know and tell them to tune into this show, because I want to give you the solution for what we need to do to change the plight of our youth killing each other in our inner city communities. So I want you to call everybody you know and tell them to tune into this show. And if you miss it, we go re-air it tonight on our internet broadcast. So if you miss it today or somebody missed this show, you tell them to log on to the Coach website, MEM247.com. That's MEM247.com. We go air this again tonight, right after this go off. So you tell everybody you know to tune in and watch the show. Because see, we have many problems in our communities. And I'm so sick and tired of so-called leadership brainwashing the minds of the people and not providing any answers and solutions for the problems. Now, the problems we have in our community is tied directly to the social and economic conditions of our community. The lack of the flow of wealth coming to our community. The lack of dollars to do things in our community. Because if you look at the social and economic condition of wealthier communities and suburban communities, they don't have these same problems of youth killing youth in their communities, because what they do is they have wealth, money, economics. When you say wealth, when you say money, when you say economics, you're basically saying the same thing. They have dollars available to do things. So consequently, they put their kids in youth programs to keep them busy. They put them in after-school programs to keep them busy, to keep them out of trouble. But what happens when you're dealing with an economically oppressed people and an economically oppressed community? You don't have dollars in our community to put your kids in after-school programs. You don't have the registration fee to put them in Little League programs, to put them in softball programs, to put them in dance class, to put them in skating class and karate school. You don't have the funds to do that when you're economically oppressed. And when your community is economically oppressed, as a result of an economic embargo that has been imposed on our community that will not allow the flow of wealth to come to our communities. So consequently, you have a people that are raising kids in an environment where all they know is illegal activities, or they're exposed to it at greater rates, so consequently, they're at it. So therefore, when you don't have economic dollars and you see the bling blings and the chains and this and that, somebody entice you to become involved with activities that will allow you to make quick money, you're going to go by the law of whatever means necessary. I keep telling you, the law of survival.